Race to Minsk. Campaign
we
system.
got a campaign.
We're playing through. We're doing the first battle at some point. Going to be
should be later.
Yeah, should be later. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's us kidding. We're doing this intro afterwards. So.
Why you gotta give it away like that?
Well, because then I'll know if people are actually paying attention or actually watching the full videos.
No, they don't have to pay attention.
Well, I mean, they'd have to watch it to this point. Bicker.
This is about like.
We did this.
70% of the relationship.
We did this yesterday. We did the recording yesterday, but I put my phone down and hit the space bar on my computer, so we lost the entire recording.
There were technical difficulties.
There was planned to be done first. We pretty much had done the entire thing, but anyway, now I know. Stay away from my space bar when recording. But yes, so we're doing the Race to Minsk campaign system, the little card set that Battlefront put out. We're doing a very basic run through for the first time, doing the almost choose your own story, the if then thing, where it's like it's just the allies win if the Axis win, playing through. None of the side missions, none of the reward tiers, none of the infantry aces. Once we finish this up, we might do another one in the future of more detailed. Maybe. But we've really been wanting to play Team Yankee, so we might play Race to Minsk with Team Yankee because the rules overlay really nicely.
That's right. We do. There's the overlay.
There's very nice overlay with it, so there's potential for us to do a Race to Minsk in the future, but with Team Yankee models of Soviets trying to push Germans back from a potential counter invasion, yada yada yada, all that stuff.
We'll hash out the details later.
Yeah. So the main thing with this segment, oh my god, like a half hour of us blabbering later, is we're going to break down our army lists that we're bringing for this campaign. Paul and I are going to use the same army lists for the entirety of it. So we kind of wrote in all comers to try and deal with any sort of situation that gets thrown at us, depending on the missions. I'm bringing the Soviets, and Paul's bringing the Germans.
They have the best toys.
They have the best toys, but I have more toys.
You get a lot more.
Yes, but so now, I'm gonna pass it off to Paul, as he's gonna walk through his list that he built.
Oh God.
So, what are you bringing to the table to try and hold Minsk against the Red Tide?
Definitely the Beach Defense Force. They're cheap for what they do. Essentially, they just sit where I put them. And when you see the video, you will see that they don't move.
Yeah.
That is their existence. They don't move.
Yeah. They plop and take advantage of the fact that it's a 3+ infantry save that are in foxholes from the start of the game.
Yep.
And they're 4 points with a Panzerschreck. Yeah, 4 points with a Panzerschreck for six bodies. Mm-hmm. That's really all.
That's with the K98s, not the MG42s. Otherwise, you would have to add.
Yeah. Well, not the MG teams. They're
right.
Yeah. And what else do you got in here?
Base beach defense. We got 2 things of 4 mortars, 2 platoons of 4 mortars.
Smoke is good.
Smoke is definitely good. We got to use that more often though.
Yeah.
7 5s, the Pack 40s. We need the AT for
AT-12 more shots, more AT shots.
More AT shots, the better, especially against a lot of Soviet armor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even though you'll see what I'm bringing in a minute or two when we get through this, but there's still a fair amount of armor in it. So that's your first company.
First company.
First formation.
Second formation is the armored Panzergrenadiers. I think we called this the meta the
1/16th meta, where you're running it with the 1/16th discard. It's 2 points less. You get mortars for
discount.
You get mortars for free. And so, what are you bringing in that company?
We definitely need the HQ. The 5 MG42 teams with the armored Panzergrenadiers. We did change one of the half tracks to a 3.7 gun.
Yeah, that free upgrade gives you
there's no reason not to.
A little more of an option.
Get some firepower in there. We added the Panzerfaust just in case we need to assault some tanks.
Yeah, and even if you don't need to assault some tanks, it has like a 4-inch firing range too, so you can always still fire at close range too as an option.
There is no downside to firing the Panzerfaust into an assaulting or into a unit that you plan to assault.
Yeah, or even just in general. Tanks there.
And then some 8cm mortars with them.
Yeah, always smoke.
Because more smoke.
Yeah, always bring the smoke.
And then 6 of the 7.5 guns for the half tracks.
7 points. 7 points for 6 AT-9 heat firepower 3+ weapons.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's really good.
that's a lot of shots. Now, if I remember correctly, you pulled your support from the Waffen SS book.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you got. I see here that you got the discounted.
I do like the own goal,
Yeah.
forcing you to re-roll your. Is it one dice or all of the dice for reserves?
I don't remember.
It
First
might
game,
come
first
up-
game. I'm attacking, so you're going to be in reserves
It
anyway.
might come up in a later
Yeah.
video. We don't know yet, but definitely. But we pulled from the SS book because SS Tigers. I love tigers.
Yeah, and the Wesps.
The big cats.
The Wesps. The Wesps are
The
really
Wesps
good with
were a
that.
happy accident.
Yeah.
It's seven points for SS Wesps.
7 points for 3 armored Wesps that can fire smoke. It's too good to pass up. You can't not do it if you're
8
playing.
total with the Panzer OP.
Yeah.
So there's the Wesps.
Yeah.
And then the OP. Quad guns. We put some quad guns in there with everything, trying to get some extra shots out because I know there's going to be a lot of bodies.
Yeah, a lot of bodies, another mid firepower that can
Mhm.
potentially deal with something if it's getting side shots. And in the off chance that I brought aircraft, it would potentially give you
Yep.
something to do against them too. Because we made these lists without conferring with each other. Because we
Nope.
wanted to kind of do a all comers kind
Mhm.
of thing, not really knowing.
Speaking of aircraft, we did pull a couple of 88s,
Yeah.
the AA-88s, the heavy guns. We had to put the assault flat card on them so that we could get the discount on them too.
Mm-hmm.
So -1 point for each gun. We only brought 2, so there's -2 points.
I think it just makes your last stand worse.
Essentially,
Yeah, it makes you have a 5+ last stand on them, but it's 2 guns. You know, if I got to deal with
it's
it.
2 88s.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. It's AT-14,
Mm-hmm.
and then Lucky.
Yeah, lucky
because
as well.
if you don't take Lucky, obviously, I think you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, you
But
almost
that's-
have to. That reroll just makes it, and seeing as we're shooting this afterwards, like that became pretty important.
It did become very important.
Became very important.
Ooh, the Pumas.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about the
Oh,
Pumas. I love
spearhead.
the Pumas.
Always spearhead.
I-
Always take something with spearhead.
I always forget their guns are that good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're
Always.
They're 5 centimeters. They're what 18-9 firepower 4+.
4+, yeah.
Yeah, 4+ firepower 18-9. You can get around the scientist stuff and mess it up.
I usually use those to harass the artillery. There's not too much artillery this time around, though.
Yeah,
But,
I definitely cut back.
But yeah, Lucky, and then, as I mentioned earlier, own goal.
Yeah, in the off chance that it flips and I'm having to pull reserves, or we move into a mission that we both have reserves or something, can force
Right.
force
the
one.
reroll.
Only thing you gotta be careful with that is if it's where I'm rolling 3 dice. I'm
Yeah, because that
guaranteed to
happened.
get one.
Happened at one point. If you look at the other videos, you can see that happen.
Yeah. Any of the other videos on my channel. So then on to me
Yours.
with my Soviets that are attacking for this first mission.
Yep.
So I am a defender by default. I prefer to run infantry lists, so this is going to be an interesting game, and it was an interesting game because I brought a Hero Motor Rifle Battalion.
Without half tracks.
Yeah, because the Soviets can't take the half tracks. They don't have half tracks for them.
Oh, that's the Americans. That's right.
My
I
Americans.
see
went.
green.
Yeah, he sees green and goes shoot. But so I got the kind of a minimalist motor rifle battalion, you know, because there's a lot of options that you can take
Mm-hmm.
in that force organization chart. But I got 2 motor rifle companies with 10 base stands DPMG, the Commissar team, and then I put 1 PTRD and 1 Maxim team into each.
Mhm.
I was debating if I wanted to stack 2 PTRD teams into one and 2 Maxims into the other, but I decided to do 1 and 1. You know, the PTRDs work really well against the half tracks and whatnot. If they're trying to get assaulted, you know, they're solid.
What's the rate of fire on them if they don't move?
4, yeah. Rate of fire 4 with them. And they're just enough to deal with it. You know, it's 50 cal, basically, Soviet 50 cal. Then I got the 682 millimeter mortars, because that's... Take them. Even though the Soviet ones can't fire smoke. It's 4 points for 6 mortars. I'm re-rolling hits, because it's 6 mortars. Then...
4 points for those.
Yep. I don't have smoke. I don't have smoke, and they're trained.
Ah, okay.
No.
That makes
But
sense now.
it's so cheap, and it's another layer that prevents a formation break, because they'll just be dug in.
Yep. 'Cause
Dug
you
in
don't move
foxholes.
those.
Yep.
They'll do the same as the beach
Yes,
defense.
they just plop. Then I took a command card to swap out my BA-64 armored car reconnaissance unit in the Hero Motor Rifle Battalion to put in the decoy tank company with the 3 Panthers, because
Yep.
Panthers at 7 points apiece.
They're really cheap.
Yeah.
Fire
AT-14. at long range too. Soviets struggle to have anything over 30 inches.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that much. The 85 millimeter gun on the T-34s is 28 inch range, so they really struggle with anything over that. So the 3 Panthers, that gives them some long range options.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I took for the Hero Motor Rifle Battalion. Then everything else filtered into support. I got 8 T-34 85s as a support option. The green ones, rating wise, skill rating wise, they're painted green, but they're 5+ skill. They're the non-hero. The BA-64 armored cars, I took a 5 car unit of that for the same reason you took the Pumas. You need spearhead.
Yep.
You know, even though, you know, we're trying to make this an all-comers list, so on the off chance that we can spearhead, you always want to be able to spearhead. Yep. Then I took a 122 millimeter howitzer battery and the BA-64 OP for it, because you need the OP. Not as much as in Team Yankee, because it gives you a bonus in Team Yankee. But the extra range and attempts with the lines of sight is really nice in Flames of War.
Oh, yeah.
For command cards, I took Lucky, because similar to what Paul was saying with his list, it's 1 point, you have to take it. It can change a game. It can literally...
Which it kind of did.
Yeah, it kind of did. Literally made it so that... yeah, because you luckied your one that made so that you hit.
I did have to hit.
You did have to re-roll that. But, yeah. Then I had Make Your Own Luck, the one where I can discard it to make anything a 4.
I feel like that's also standard for
Soviets. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, that's actually interestingly enough, some of the people I've talked to, that is the reason why they took Soviets to tournaments. Because you have Make Your Own Luck and Lucky. You can guarantee one is a 4, which is
awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, it's awesome, but
if I could guarantee a 4,
but at the same time, for you though. Because you play veteran Germans, so 4s is very common for you. Soviets, the more common thing that happens is 5s.
Okay.
So it's not as game breaking as some people say, because they're like, oh, make any roll a 4. That's like so much that I can do. And it's like, yeah, you can do. You're a veteran. Your +1 is usually going to be just literally that's it. Mm-hmm. Your +1 is going to put you from a 3 to a 4.
No.
That +1 for me put me to a 4 to a 5, so Make My Own Luck isn't coming in. I can't guarantee reserves. Mm-hmm. I can guarantee aircraft. But aircraft and Flames of War are, yeah, they're really iffy. Then the other command card that I took, 2-point command card, was a Recon by Combat, Reconnaissance by Combat. Mm-hmm. So good. Being able to reposition one of your ranged in markers after deployment, but before the game starts.
Yeah.
It's
put those 122s exactly where you need them.
Exactly where I need them, and that's what I've been. I feel like I take that every single game. You know, even if we roll into one with
it's gotten to the point where if you do take Americans, I just assume you have it.
Yeah, or Soviets. Yeah.
If you have Soviet artillery.
Yeah, you're going to assume that I have it. Yeah, because even in the chance that we roll into if we're just playing a random game rolling on the chart, you know, even if there's the chance that, you know, we're going to roll into a game like a meeting engagement where I can't place pre-position markers, so I can't do Recon by Combat, I'm still going to spend the 2 points to take it.
Well, yeah, because that's the 2 points should be a regular HQ unit.
It's so good. But yeah, so that's my 105 point list. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting, and was interesting.
It was very
attacking.
This one was the closest one we've gotten.
Yeah. So this video, this video will be going up first because it's the intro to it, to the series and whatnot.
Are you going to space it out like a week or something?
Nah, I'm going to do it pretty consistently. You know. Since I already have all the footage from the game, these two will be pretty quick back to back.
Okay.
But then after that, it'll probably be like a weekly or bi-weekly thing that I'll put out, because it won't take as much editing for me doing this than it took previously for doing the other ones, because I'm not having to go through make unit cards, edit every single photo, do all the voiceovers for everything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just able to input the video and just cut out points and whatnot for transitions. And,
if I accidentally swear or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not even that. Just like transitions, that's it. So those are the lists that we're bringing for this tournament. So it's going to be very interesting with the Hero Moto Rifle. They're, I think I'm undefeated against you with them in defense. Like, soundly undefeated. Like, when you've been attacking into the Hero Moto Rifle Company, every single one of those games, I have slapped the shit out of you.
Yes.
It has not been
one
closed.
or two wins that I do have is going to be when I'm defending.
Yeah, when he's defending. He's had a couple that have been really close defending, and then he's gotten a couple wins defending. But each time I defend with it, I slip into the defender meta so much more because, I'm, for whatever reason, the artillery works for me. Shifting into our ending portion. Next video, it'll be released at some point. I don't know when I'll get it, but it will be soon. Day or two after this, maybe. Day 2 or 3 or whatnot after this.
If you hit the button, you get the notification when they do pop up.
Yes. Be sure to like and subscribe, then you'll be able to see when that battle report goes live, because it is a good-ass battle.
That one's
and there's some good commentary afterwards as well, because there's an instance with the terms of the victory that I want feedback from the community on. Can see logic to both ends of the argument, so be sure to like, subscribe, and check out that battle report. When it comes out, hit that little bell icon, get those notifications. But next video that we're talking about now will be the battle report on the No Retreat mission, which I here in the folder have dubbed
Race to Minsk.
The Farming Town. The Germans have been held up in a farming community on the outskirts of Minsk, and
for the farmland.
For the farmland, and the Soviets are making a push on it, and so the card that I was supposed to read before the battle, but I forgot to, and I'm going to read here, sets the theme. Ooh. It doesn't take long for the scream of rockets and artillery to fill the air. It boosts our morale to know that the Fritzes are in their foxholes with their hands over the hedge trying to bury themselves deeper into the ground. Then stillness falls over the area. That was a short bombardment. We hear the shouts of our leaders, "Get up! Onward to victory or death!" As we move forward, the distinctive sound of a German machine gun is heard. Our group heads towards it slowly. My hands feel sweaty on the grips of my Pepshka submachine gun. Suddenly, the lieutenant orders us to charge the position. That's how it's done. We rush the position, spreading out as much as we can. In the rush, a couple of men are hit. One right in front of me. I jump over him and keep going. I can see the position now. As I leap up onto the edge of the nest, I lower my trusty weapon and fire a burst. It hits the machine gunner. All becomes quiet. Lieutenant shouts for us to move forward. Faster and faster we move. It filters through the ranks that we need to reach the main highway as quickly as possible. The lieutenant is determined that our company will be the first to reach it. So not so much a highway as a farming community, but it is kind of on a crossroads. Kind of a crossroads town. It's the first stop. So pushing on to this position to secure it so that we can move forward.
Yep.
So, without further ado, thank you for tuning in, and hope that you all enjoy this progression on the channel, moving into more videos than stills and voiceovers. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on what you think with this, whatnot.
Definitely that second one.
Definitely that second one. I want feedback from you guys. I love interacting with people in the community. If you disagree with any of the stuff I said, if you want to tell me about, your armies, comment on what got you into the hobby. These 3 questions that...
We crave interaction.
Yeah, we crave interaction, because this is just such a fantastic part of it. I definitely do.
Well, you're the one that's in charge of it, so...
Yeah, but, yeah.
I can stick around for games.
Yeah, I'll put something over here with the questions, what got you into the hobby? What armies do you play and collect? And what's your favorite thing about the hobby? Please jump in the comments, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear more. I'd love to get more interaction. So, yeah, that's really it for the intro, though. I'll see you guys for the battle.
Yep.
And on that note, signing off. Thank you, everybody.